This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Duane Toews joining you once again, and our guest this week, Cooper Martin from Alma, Kansas. He's a PRCA calf roper, and he's been to back-to-back National Finals rodeo in Las Vegas, Nevada, making another run to make it 3 years in a row. Cooper, let's talk a little bit about your time and preparations before you head to Las Vegas. It's the biggest rodeo of them all.
Well, my first year, I don't think I really knew what to expect. I didn't really know how I wanted my horse to be because it's such a different setup from the rodeos that we go to all year. You know, it's not, it looks on TV so simple, but it's nothing like I've ever experienced in my whole life. It's something that this year, for 3 weeks beforehand, I roped one calf every day with the same barrier and the same box size and tried to make it as realistic as possible. I still didn't have the finals that I was wanting to, so that just goes to show how quite the setup, and it may not be as tough as it always is, but it's dang sure something that you try to be prepared for.
When you think about the opportunity to win the kind of dollars, and we've kind of referenced that, my understanding is most guys that from 16 on down pretty well burn up everything that they've won going down the road, and those in the top 15 get a chance to maybe put some money in the bank at the end of the year.
Yes, sir. They've made that NFR so good for two things. You can go in there 15th. Tyson Durkee's done it. Several guys have done it. You can go in there 15th no matter where you're sitting or how far you're from first, and you can go win the world. And then also there's guys that can go home and put some pieces of land together. It's an awesome experience, but it's a great opportunity to make a living at what you do.
So talk a little bit about your first year there, an accomplishment. You've proven you're one of the top 15 in the world, and you get a go-round win at the National Finals. What was that experience like, and getting to go to that ceremony and pick up a round buckle?
It was like a dream come true, but it was so real that I almost thought I was going to wake up and it not be true. You know, it's something that I watched growing up all my life, and Trevor Brazil was roping, you know, and that's somebody that I've watched since I was a little kid. That's so amazing, but it's so tough. Everybody that makes it, even the top 20 that don't make it, are some roping guys. I mean, it's competition all the way through, and then once you get out there, there's kind of an ease. You get to relax a little bit, just go rope and have fun.
They talk about the draw out there. Talk a little bit about how you know in those first rounds. My understanding is those kids all get run. You guys get a chance to put eyes on them when they're doing that?
Yes, sir. We go out about 3-4 days early, and they take the calves out 2 weeks early so they can get acclimated to the climate. And we get to breakaway them all one time through behind the barrier, so you get to run your horse through the barrier and get a couple practice throws. And then we tie them all. There's 3 sets of 25 calves, and we get to tie all of them, all set, the first morning of the first performance. So the first performance was the first set, second and third, and so on. So after the third set, you don't get to tie. So if you have a stronger one in the first 3 sets, they may get stronger because they're not going to get tied. They just sit and eat all week. So it's the draw out there is so crucial because, for one, everybody out there is roping so good, and then for 2, usually there's only 1 or 2 out there that not necessarily take you out of it, but take you out of the round check. And that's one thing that I was fighting this year is I was trying to win so bad that I wasn't letting the good ones. I was trying to force the good ones that I was getting. I had 3 or 4 kids that we were really trying to stay away from, and I got them. Well, then I was so wanting to win that when I got a good one, I was trying to do way too much. That's why that building is so hard. it's so hard for them horses to be spot on perfect 10 nights in a row. They get body sore. We get tired from walking on concrete. There's a lot that comes into play.
That's Cooper Martin, PRCA calf roper, joining us on the program.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but yet we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we're glad to answer it and work with you.